All right, let's dive right in today. We're heading deep into some incredible rainforests.
Rainforests, awesome.
Yeah, specifically, we're going to Central and South America
Oh, cool.
to explore the Baird's tapir.
Baird's tapir, okay.
Ever heard of it?
You know, it's funny. Not really.
Well, most people haven't,
Yeah.
but it's a truly fascinating creature.
Okay.
It's like a mix of, well, imagine like a gentle giant,
Uh-huh.
but also kind of like an elusive forest ninja.
Whoa, okay, a ninja.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. What makes it even more interesting is that it's actually the largest land mammal.
Really?
Yeah, in Central and South America.
Wow, I had no idea.
I know, right? You'd think something that big wouldn't be able to, like, fly under the radar,
I would think so, yeah.
but they do. I mean, I'm already trying to picture this thing in my head.
Yeah.
What do they look like?
So picture this. They're really stocky
Okay.
and powerful. Kind of like, if you crossed a pig and a rhino.
Okay, I can sort of see that.
But what really sets them apart, it's
Yeah.
this incredible prehensile snout.
Prehensile snout.
Yeah, think of it like a mini elephant trunk.
Well,
They use it to grab leaves and fruit.
Oh, that's so cool. And when you say stocky, you mean, like, how stocky are we
Oh,
talking?
we're talking big, like up to 880 pounds.
880 pounds.
Yeah,
That is seriously impressive.
it is.
But you mentioned they were shy.
Right?
How do researchers even study them?
Well, it's definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
They're mostly nocturnal,
Okay.
incredibly elusive.
So they're hiding during the day.
Pretty much, they prefer, like, the dense cover of forests.
Right.
And they only come out at night to feed.
Got it.
One researcher actually once described trying to track a tapir. It was like following a ghost.
A ghost?
Yeah, just silent footprints, but no actual sighting for days.
Wow, that's got to be frustrating for a researcher.
You know it.
So it's not just their size that makes them elusive, it's their behavior, too.
Yeah. Totally. And there's another cool thing about them. They're actually fantastic swimmers.
Really?
Yeah, they use rivers and swamps for, well, everything.
Like what?
Cooling off, escaping predators, even finding food.
Oh, wow. So their reliance on water is pretty significant.
Absolutely.
Which, with the increasing droughts in some areas, it makes you wonder how they're adapting.
Yeah, it's a big concern for sure.
And speaking of their habitat,
Yeah.
I mean, where exactly are they found?
So, tropical and subtropical forests,
Okay.
wetlands, mangroves, basically anywhere with, dense vegetation and access to water.
Got it. Now, our research shows that they're considered a keystone species.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that means and why it's so important?
Sure. So a keystone species, it plays a vital role in maintaining the health of a whole ecosystem.
The whole thing.
Yeah, like a linchpin holding it all together.
Okay.
And a crucial way the Baird's tapir does this is through seed dispersal.
Seed dispersal, huh?
Yeah, so they eat a lot of fruit.
The kind of fruit.
Oh, tons of different kinds, including like avocados.
Really? Avocado?
Yeah, so they eat the fruit, they travel around, and then they deposit the seeds, far and wide through their droppings.
Oh, so they're like the gardeners of the forest?
Pretty much. And that's crucial for the avocado trees we all love.
I see.
Because those large seeds, they need a big animal, like the tapir, to spread them effectively.
That makes sense. And that helps maintain biodiversity, right?
Exactly. Without them, a lot of plant species would struggle.
Oh, I see.
And that would then impact the whole food chain.
Wow.
Yeah, countless other species would be affected.
So you're saying that by understanding the Baird's tapir, we're not just learning about one animal.
Right.
We're learning about this entire web of life it supports.
Yeah,
A web that we're a part of, too.
exactly.
Now, you mentioned poaching earlier.
Yeah.
Is that for, like, subsistence or driven by a commercial market?
Sadly, it's both.
Oh, okay.
Habitat destruction is forcing them into closer contact with humans, which makes them more vulnerable to poaching.
It makes sense.
And then on top of that, there's a demand for their meat and hides, all of which is, pushing them toward extinction.
Right. This really highlights how interconnected these threats are.
Definitely.
Habitat loss likely makes them more vulnerable to poaching. It's a cycle.
Yeah.
And our research also revealed that the Baird's tapir is, unfortunately, listed as endangered.
Right.
It's heartbreaking to see how human activities are impacting them so severely.
It really is. It's a stark reminder of our impact. Deforestation, due to things like agriculture, cattle ranching, and urbanization, it's wiping out their homes.
Right.
And then, in addition to poaching, there's road development,
Okay.
which fragments their habitat and isolates populations, so it's harder for them to find mates and thrive.
It just feels like this downward spiral.
Yeah, it can be tough.
But there must be some efforts to help them, right?
Absolutely. There's a lot of dedicated work being done. Organizations like the Tapir Specialist Group, they're working tirelessly to protect them.
What are they doing specifically?
Well, one of the most effective strategies is working with local communities to establish sustainable farming practices.
Okay,
So those practices minimize habitat encroachment.
got it.
They also focus on anti-poaching measures and run breeding programs to help boost their numbers.
That's encouraging to hear.
Yeah.
It seems like a multifaceted approach is necessary to tackle a problem this complex.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that the Baird's tapir is just one example of a species struggling to survive.
Right.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, we can see that our choices about land use, consumption, and conservation, they have this ripple effect across entire ecosystems.
It all comes back to us, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
So what does all of this mean for us?
Well, I think it means that we all have a responsibility to understand the impact of our actions and support efforts to protect these incredible creatures.
This deep dive has been a real eye-opener. It really makes you think about how interconnected we are with nature and how crucial it is to protect creatures like the Baird's tapir. What simple actions can we take in our daily lives to support conservation efforts and help ensure the survival of these fascinating animals?